Now we got our category set up, we're ready to start adding materials. I always add materials from a resource, and I have a standard file that I like to pull from. So I import from resources, and I kind of have a template file here. So I just call it sample assignment and hit import into my course. You can go into advanced options, but I don't have to at this point. And it comes up and we'll see what the sample looks like. So we're going to go to edit this sample assignment now. And I can name it. And this is the part of the template that I like to use. I have this table here, goal. If they're going to watch a video, if they're going to read something, what they're going to do. If they're going to take a video of something. I just have this template here. If I don't need, let's say I don't need video for this one, I can just hit delete row. Submit always. And take care of it that way. Now comes the actual assignment setup. So one thing to know, due date. This is the date that it's going to show up as a due date in Campus. There is not a start date and a due date. I can't do an assigned date earlier than the due date. It just shows up as a due date in Campus. So I'm going to go to due date, and let's say I'm going to pick, since this is second semester, it's going to have to be March 11th or something like that out there. Category, I want to make sure to put it in the right category. So this is going to be a summative or a formative assignment. Scale factor, if you're going to do a scale factor, that's where you can put the scale factor. This is where you can assign a rubric. You can do all that stuff, align to learning objectives, assign to different groups. That's where we take care of all this stuff. If we assign to specific groups, it does hold that going back to Campus, but that's coming up further. So we'll hit Save Changes. And that has just created the sample assignment, and it should put it in my gradebook. And there it came into my gradebook. Right there's my sample assignment. I can hover over it, shows me all the information about it. It's in my formative group. I could go all materials there. I should be able to still see it. Due date. And right here is the syncing piece. As soon as I click this button, this is basically the save button. It goes back to Schoology. It goes back to Campus, sorry. So I kind of treat this as my save button. I do all my work through this gradebook here, and I just hit sync. And this just sent it back to Campus. This little clipboard here is a sync log. So it tells me, if I click on that clipboard, it tells me what's happening here. Sometimes this gets stuck here for a while. Sometimes it goes fairly quickly. But it's basically saying sample. It gives me my sample assignment. And it's saying it's sending and it's working. So that's all I need to know with that. I don't have to worry about anything else, and just hit done there. And that's how we send it back. Now, once in a while, we're in that gradebook there and it doesn't send back. It kind of gets hung up. Maybe it's hung up for an hour or something like that. What you want to do is I scroll down and I go into Infinite Campus. And going into Infinite Campus here, sometimes you can get a little bit better sync there. You can hit sync grades, and it's picking it back up. Now, building an assignment takes a little bit longer. That can take up to 24 hours when it's actually building the assignment for the first time. Once it builds the assignment and we place it, it goes pretty quick. And that's how we create the assignment in Schoology and send it back